And now for this next portion, it's kind of a risky maneuver, because what happens is that fisherman guy that I was talking about, the one with the flying move, he actually poses a relatively large threat to Bellsprout, and so if he gets that flying move off and it does a decent amount of damage, we're going to be kind of in trouble. But I figure at level 13, we've got kind of a bit of defense. We do have 15 HP, so I could use a potion here, but I'd much rather not, and so we're going to take the risk. Hopefully we don't die to Peck, and if we do, it's just a bit unfortunate. We're going to have to deal with it. So here we go. He sends out his Goldeen, and hopefully we do survive Peck. Hopefully it doesn't crit. I do think we should be able to take it without too much trouble, but we're going to have to see. So there it goes. He fires off his Peck, and it doesn't crit us. It does 13 HP, but it's perfectly fine with us because we should be able to KO back, and we don't. Okay, so I will be sending out Onix here because I do not want Bellsprout to die, so hopefully he uses Peck or something stupid. Definitely not Water Gun. That would be very unfortunate. And we should be able to finish this off with a Tackle. And Onix wants to disobey because he's great. Maybe we can finish it off with Bind. The good thing about this Goldeen is it doesn't actually have a water move, and so I feel pretty content to stay in here with Onix and deal with it this way. And great, yeah, you know, use Screech when it has 1 HP left. Come on, Onix, finish this thing off. I'd much rather you just end things here. You know, -4, because that 1 HP is definitely going to take a lot of damage to get finished off here. Finally, we use an attacking move. Good job, Onix. You only had to get it to -4 defense before you actually did some work, but whatever. Rocky sucks, so not the movie, just this Onix. Nevertheless, the downside to having to use Onix is that Bellsprout doesn't get that extra experience, but whatever. It's better to be safe than sorry at this point. I don't have any revives, so if Bellsprout died there, we'd kind of be in a bit of a bind, because Onix is already down on the PP. And the crap, I didn't really want to fight this guy. Maybe I did. He's got a Wooper, so I should be able to OHKO that with Vine Whip. I was actually kind of worried about this guy, but turns out I didn't really need to be. I could one-hit KO his Pokemon anyways. So there we go. Bellsprout did do work. And here we go. Our mom's going to call us and tell us that she did find an item and put it in the PC for us. So I'll definitely be going to check that out now and pick it up. Maybe it'll be of use to us. And if not, we can just proceed from there. Oh, not Bill's PC. Andrew's PC. We're going to withdraw, and sweet! She gave us a super potion, so glad to take care of that and proceed on. So, looking at things now, I do want to get Bellsprout up a few more levels before we go, and it only needs 92, 2 more experience to get to level 14, I think it is. And now that we've fought this trainer, we don't really need to worry about working around it. Here's Hoppip, and I'm not too concerned about having Bellsprout at the front of our party anymore because he is a higher level. At the lower levels, I was kind of concerned because his level was low, his speed was low, and he could get trapped by things like Ekans. Therefore, we want to kind of work our way around that to make sure that Bellsprout is safe enough to where I can send him out first and freely run. Unfortunately, Screech fails us there, which is a bit of a downer, and it fails twice. You know, 85% accuracy moves clearly are 33% accuracy. Like, Onix, half the time he doesn't obey, and half the time his moves don't actually hit, so doing a very productive job here, Onix. You rock. Anyways, I'm going to try and throw a bind here. We do get an extra Screech in there, which is perfectly fine with me. I don't really like wasting them like that, but if that's how it's going to work out, that's how it is. So, we're just going to have to deal with it. So we get our extra bind in there. And look at that, I think even Bind almost KO'd at that range, so that's pretty funny. Hopefully we can finish off with a tackle this time, and we do. Although, I much rather would have used a Bind in that scenario, but any attacking move I'm perfectly content with, so. 2 more Hoppips should be able to get Bellsprout to the level we need him to be. So we're just going to finish that off here. And I know my commentary isn't really the best in this episode, but hopefully you guys can bear with me. Like I said, the upcoming parts are a lot more interesting than this section. Most of this section mainly involves just managing resources properly and whatnot, but unfortunately we are at the mercy of whatever Onix wants to do in this case, so it is a bit of unfortunate for us, but that's just what we have to do. So it'd be a lot quicker if Onix would actually do what we wanted him to do, but that's not the case here, and we're just gonna have to work with it. Come on, one more Hoppip. There we go, level 6. Let me just check one thing here. So we do still have 2 more Vine Whips, which is great. That should come in handy with gaining a few more extra PP as far as some more battles are concerned, or some more experience, I should say. So here we go. We do get a Screech off for the first time on this Hoppip, which is nice, and we get a second one. So Onix finally seems to be in the order of obeying us, and apparently not. Apparently we need that Hoppip to be at -6 before it actually does anything. And Bellsprout does gain an extra level there, so he is a bit far from getting to level 15, which is a bit unfortunate, but I should be able to proceed with the next part of this run, actually. Let's see here. But yeah, now that these 2 trainers are fought, no, I'd rather not fight this Onix. There are a couple trainers in here that I don't want to fight for a very specific reason. They've got some fire-type Pokemon that just aren't really something that we can handle right now. Therefore, want to avoid them. I think they're fire breather trainers or something like that. And Bellsprout's he's a little weak. I'd much rather not have to heal him right now, but because of the position he's in, I'm going to have to use a potion here just to be on the safe side. It will give us some additional opportunities to struggle later on, which is kind of nice, but nevertheless, I'd rather be safe than sorry. This trainer does have a Pokemon that can damage us, and therefore we want to be kind of on the safer side. If this attack does 4 damage, I'm definitely going to be glad. And there it goes. It did do 5 damage, so I'm perfectly content with having used that potion there. I'd much rather Bellsprout be alive than dead right now and completely useless to us, so I'll take that 200 experience and we'll continue on here. So that's the final useful trainer really around here that we can take full advantage of. Here we go, we pick up TM39, which is Swift, so gladly take that. And over here I think we have another useful item, if I'm not mistaken, and we do. It's Next Defend. Not really useful at this point in the game, but you never know. It could come in handy later on, or down the road. So there is a Pokemon in here that we are looking for, and right here we get a level 8 Geodude. And although Geodude is kind of resistant to all of our attacks right now, Ember's probably our best option, and hopefully we don't get a burn, which is nice, because we don't. And it does use Defense Curl, so hopefully we can catch it in one Pokeball. That'd be really great for us, and definitely helping with conserving the resources. It is at half health, so it is in a good position. So we get 1, 2, 3, and it does pop out. So that's a bit unfortunate. we do have to use an extra Pokeball. Hopefully this one actually works, and Geodude does get a crit there, so a little extra damage. We do lose the Pokeball, so overall kind of a bad turn for us, but maybe we can catch it in this one. And it breaks out again. Come on, this stupid Geodude needs to get captured, because we're running out of some useful resources here, and I'd much rather have these Pokeballs than not have them. So, 1, 2, 3, yes, finally. So, we did waste 2 Pokeballs there, unfortunately, but that's just the facts of the random number generator in this game. Geodude wasn't in the perfect position to be caught, but at least he was somewhat useful. Anyways, Makar, hopefully after watching that tussle with Geodude, you appreciate the fact that this Pokemon is going to be named after you. So there we go, Makar the Geodude. Let's proceed onward here. We don't have to worry about that trainer anymore now that he's defeated, so we can gladly continue on back through this cave. And so before proceeding onward, we definitely want to level up this Geodude and the Bellsprout that's with us to the point where they can actually take on some of the upcoming challenges we have for them. So, what I'm going to want to do in this next section here, actually, let's see. Bellsprout's 205 experience away, and Makar is still a little bit lower than I'd like him to be. Therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch Makar out, and I'm going to have him train using the sim method that we did with Bellsprout prior to this. And hopefully we can KO here. There we go. But yeah, we do need to level up this Geodude to the point where he's usable. He has a higher attack stat, because Geodude is actually a really great Pokemon for this run. He makes use of his really high defense and his offensive attacks, basically. He's got some great typing with Rock and Ground, and those are 2 really great types, at least in the early game as far as Pokemon Crystal is concerned. Therefore, we want to make full use of him and level him up to the point where he's usable and won't just be death fodder for us. So here we go. Get off a few more screeches with Onix, which is great. And that definitely puts us in a position where Tackle should be able to one-hit KO, and it does. So Onix seems to like obeying us finally, which is fantastic. So hopefully we can take advantage of that fact and gain a couple levels while he's in the mood to actually obey. And shoot, I definitely don't want Geodude taking damage at this point, so we're gonna try and conserve that by having Onix out front instead of Geodude. I'm gonna try and tackle. Oh, we do get a bind. So 1 Screech, 1 Tackle, 1 Bind is enough to KO. So Makar does get to level 9, which is nice. I think I'm gonna try and get him to level 10 before Onix runs out of PP. That definitely would be a plus. He's got 140 experience to gain, so it's gonna be a bit of a stretch. I have to kill 4 Hoppips with whatever Onix has here, and with the way he's obeying right now, it's gonna be a little dicey to get that, but we'll see. Maybe we can get a bit of luck on our side and have some good chances of actually doing stuff here. Come on, Onix, do something. There we go, we get a Screech off, that's nice. And we do get a crit with Tackle, which totally makes the -2 defense irrelevant. But nevertheless, Makar is gaining that experience that we desperately need him to, and we should be able to proceed. Here we go with Onix. Did you get that defense drop? and we get 2 tackles to land, which is really nice. So, I'm like, one of the things I've kind of noticed with this disobeying thing is the fact that in some ways you kind of want to choose the move you don't want him to pick, because then he's going to disobey and pick maybe the move that you do want him to pick. So I think if I fear that he's going to not pick what I want him to, I should actually choose a non-attacking move, because right now I would much rather he attack, which, like I said, I pick an attacking move and he actually chooses Screech. So it's kind of weird. I should be able to kill it with Bind, but I miss, which kind of sucks. But now he's at -4, and I should be able, or now he's at -6, and I should be able to OHKO with Tackle. But Onix wants to use Bind, so whatever. That's just the way it works. And so, like I said, I'd really be able to manage things really great if Onix would actually obey, but that's just not the case, and we're gonna have to deal with it. It is slightly unfortunate, but that's just the way it works. Screech, work. There we go. Bind. And we do miss with Bind, which is unfortunate. I think I want to throw on an extra Screech and hopefully a Tackle. And of course we waste our final Screech as well. So maybe we can get a Tackle going. Or a Tackle. Or a Tackle, there we go. Finally Onix does something. Anyways, I think Makar needs one more Hoppip to level up to level 10, which isn't too bad. We're basically going to fully abuse this Onix because he really doesn't want to obey us. So we're basically going to condemn him at this point and make full use of gaining Geodude his extra experience. So all we have left is our Tackle, and look at that. So even though Onix doesn't have any moves left, he can actually disobey us and ignore orders. So instead of struggling, he can actually literally do nothing. So it's a tad unfortunate because this Hoppip can actually heal off the damage we do from struggle, but whatever, that's just the way things go. So Makar's almost level up. I think one more Hoppip actually is what we'll need to get there. And there it is, and I think the level 6 ones do provide us with at least 36 EXP, which is perfectly fine. Gladly gonna take down this Hoppip with a struggle, but Onix wants to disobey orders and not even use struggle. This is kind of dumb. We're getting stalled out by a Hoppip, which is kind of funny. And Makar gains 31 XP, so that's fantastic. I think, like I said, we're going to condemn Onix at this point. He's only got a few uses of struggle left, really, and at this point, I'd much rather him just finish things off. So there we go. I think we have one struggle left, maybe two, and we do. So we lose Onix, but in the process, Makar gains fully XP, and that's perfectly fine with us. So I guess the next thing we're going to want to do is probably level up Geodude a little bit further, and I think we do have one more use of Vine Whip with Bellsprout, which is great. He does have a couple uses of Wrap. So there's a few different ways to manage this portion of the game, but I think Xerxes also has a couple Leers in him, which we may want to take advantage of as well when facing these Hoppips, because now that Onix is dead, I'd much rather prefer that Kolava gain the extra experience from comboing these battles. But I think for now, we're going to save that all for the next part of this playthrough, and so I'm going to end things off here, and hopefully next part we'll gain those extra levels and start to proceed towards the next town, instead of you guys watching me grind all the time. So nevertheless, the parts will start picking up, at least hopefully next time after a little bit of a grind session, but shouldn't be too much of an issue. Anyways guys, it's been a great episode. Hope to see you guys next time. Peace.